Kia ora, it's Bestie Boos. Welcome back. We are the podcast that feels like you're catching up with your mates. But that's what people are saying to me. It's like, just feels like I'm catching up with my gals. You know, we talk about the good stuff, the bad stuff. We're having a cry, we're having a laugh. And I'm like, that's
so
nice. People
That's
feel
exactly
that way.
what we wanted, people to just feel included. So love that.
Amen. Highlights and lowlights. Your turn first, gal.
We were just actually trying to remember what our highlights were
really
before
hard.
we sat down. So I'm glad you've thrown it to me first, gal. My highlights this week, I've had a great week. With Miller at school, he had his first cross country, and that was so cool to go to.
Because this is his first year.
Yeah.
So everything's brand new, isn't it?
Yeah, everything's brand new. He just started at the beginning of the year, and yeah, it's his first cross country. And man, he just ran his little heart out. He had a practice the day before, and he wasn't feeling too flash about doing it the next day. But when he did it, and I think I went along, but you came too with Luna, and I think you guys just gave him that extra pep he needed because it was such a nice surprise. So thanks for coming, gal. Thanks for making the effort. He actually had a really cute wee assembly at the end of the week too, where his classroom was leading it. So he had a speaking part, and they were doing a big jungle-themed assembly. So yeah, so super proud of him. He did really well.
That's so cool.
Was good. Low light of the week, I have had a real bugaboo about a phone case I've ordered. I have hummed and hawed about purchasing a bougie phone case.
When you say bougie, what kind of price is that?
$144.
What?
Yeah, did you not know that's how much they cost?
Those Caseify cases
Yeah.
are $140.
Well, the one I got was.
What are they doing that's like, okay, design-wise, they might be pretty, but are they actually offering like a superior...
They're meant to be really protective, like the one I got. Lol.
Because my one's $5 from Temu, and it has a Taylor Swift lyric on it, and I'm very happy with it.
Cool. Well, my one that I've got has like around the phone case.
You hear that, sass? Cool.
Mine comes with like a little like the way, I don't know how to explain it. It kind of like slides out, so your phone can stand there by itself.
It's got a wee inbuilt stand.
Yeah.
Well, that's cute. So
Yeah.
what do? You ordered the wrong size,
Yeah, it
did you
turned
say?
up, and I've got a 16 Pro Max, and it came for a 16. So this thing ain't fitting my big old thing. Like that's not working. So guess what? In order to exchange it, I've had to send it back to Australia, and this was the real kicker. Guess how much it costs to send a tracked parcel to Australia?
Oh my God, how much?
Guess.
Oh, I hate to guess, but I'm thinking like 40.
$42.
Oh,
I know.
and you could have 5 of the cases I got off Temu.
I think more than 5.
More than
I'm not
5.
great at
no,
maths.
I have not
but I
done
feel
good
like...
maths there. I'm so sorry. Please don't. It's
Yeah.
embarrassing.
But I thought, man, like I'll make a loss if I try sell it and then buy one again. So I may as well, like I've come this far, I've just got to bloody return it. But, the annoying thing is I opened it because I couldn't help but look at the design. Didn't even love it that much. I was like, it's cute, but it's...
I'm sorry. It's hard to have sympathy for someone who spent $140 on a phone case.
I wouldn't normally, but it's because I've got a work phone, right? So I haven't had to pay for the phone. Mm-hmm. And they gave me a big old builder's case. Like it is like a big black brick. And I was like, I don't want that. I want my nice little cute like aesthetic.
So you felt like you needed to spend a decent amount on something to sort of
I don't know if I
justify.
had to, but I could justify it.
Right.
So
I see.
justify the case-defy. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, hopefully that turns up this week.
Okay, more about me.
Yeah.
My highlight of the week, I searched and I think it's the Warriors winning on Saturday night. That was an exciting game. We won by 1 point. My low light this week, I don't think I would pin it down to one particular moment, but I've just struggled this week. And I don't want to cry about it on the podcast, so I'm not going to go into it all, but I'm just, struggling with finding my place forward and I don't know,
Oh, well, thank God for the Warriors winning then, eh?
didn't that just smooth over everything? Didn't that just fix it all?
And the Black Ferns kicked off. It's a World Cup year and they won as well, so up the Black Ferns.
How good, very exciting. A lot has happened this week in the world of pop culture.
It has. It's been a big one, a busy one.
What's been your sort of moment that if I said pop culture roundup, what are you thinking?
I loved your Met Gala coverage, gal. That was so good.
On our Bestie Boos
Yes.
Instagram page, I
Yeah.
just put up a couple of pictures of the Met Gala looks, bit of polls, bit of what do you thinks, bit of
Yeah.
my opinions in there.
Yeah.
It was fun actually to cover that.
Yeah, God, you could have gone like so hard though if you wanted to, because there were so many good looks and like, oh gosh, people just bring it, eh? Although generally this year, because the theme, I wonder if people were quite
It's a tough
safe.
theme.
Yeah.
Because it's tailored. It's supposed to be menswear, really, and like black dandyism. So I guess like fancy suit attire stuff. But yeah, some people went boring as. Like, I think Hailey Bieber and Kendall Jenner.
Oh, yeah.
They were very basic. They just sort of went grey, black, tuxedo-y dress looks, and it was just,
Still cute, but just like not giving, not fully slay.
And what about how we've got a new pope? And he's from the US.
I know.
What a time to get a US pope.
Interesting.
I love when the smoke comes out and everyone in the crowd just loses it.
Yeah.
There's a picture of people think Harry Styles was there.
I know. Oh, was that not him?
I don't know. It looks like him.
I was going to say, I fell for that.
Because it looks like Harry
Yeah.
Potter. Harry
Potter.
Styles. Is it the conclave, as they call it?
I don't know.
Now
But
I'm thinking Hunger
did you see
Games.
all those people running? Like they just run through the streets to get to the big announcement.
Wow.
And do you know what it was? Lord's going on tour. Did you see that?
No.
At the same time the Pope was announced they were the Pope, the bloody Lord announced she was going on a tour. And there were just so many memes about like, what a time for the Lord.
What a time for the Lord.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I probably heard about the Lord tour before I heard about the new Pope, like if I'm thinking in the timeline. But I did watch the interview they did with the Pope's brother back in the US. Wasn't he chuffed? He just
was.
couldn't believe that it happened. He didn't see it coming.
I know. Imagine if your sibling became the Pope. You'd be like, that guy, that freaking, I don't know, fell over his own 2 feet growing up trying to run straight. You know? You'd just be like, God, anyone can do anything in the world, can't they?
Yep. It might actually make you question your religion if your sibling then became this really important figure.
I liked it because in the interview I saw with him, he was like, yeah, holy cow. I was like, is the Pope's brother allowed to say holy cow? I also saw a video of like the new Pope, his popish mates back home in Chicago, when they hear that their mate becomes Pope, and they are just like absolutely fizzing and like losing it. And it's,
Is it like those draft pick videos or videos when people get into their college at home and their mum and dad are just screaming around them and everyone just can't. It's like winning lotto, but more than that, like Pope.
Yeah.
If you're religious, it's a heck of a lot.
Gee whiz.
Something else that stood out to me this week, Prince Harry, in that interview he did where he basically said him and his father haven't spoken and he doesn't want it to keep going on like this, and it needs to come to a resolve, and he doesn't know how much longer his dad's going to live for. And I don't think he meant that in a way like dad's going to die tomorrow, but I think he means, my dad's had some health battles, he's getting older. We don't have the time to keep doing this. That's a tough one, eh? The whole Meghan and Harry thing is a real, like, people who don't like Meghan Markle really don't like her.
Yeah. I don't know if you know this about me, but I used to be real big into the royals.
I know. So I'm just sitting there waiting for you to just pop off with your opinion.
Real big. And like so big to the point that when I was growing up, I had a Princess Diana collection. Like Princess Diana, she is the people's princess, isn't she? So I bloody loved her. And I remember when William and Kate got married, and I remember...
I know, you stayed up, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. And when Harry and Meghan got married, I had a viewing party, and my friend Thomas, he came round, and he had been over in England, and he brought me home from the Queen's gift shop or something, like this little corgi dog. So like we had the corgi, and then somebody I know, actually Joy Reid from TVNZ, she sent to her friend who I was working with at the time a magnet for me from Harry and Meghan's wedding that's still on the fridge. Oh, like but that royal paraphernalia. But man, now I just don't care anymore.
What happened? When did it switch for you?
It just keeps going on and on and on.
You got over it.
I'm over it. Like it's. And I also really, really wanted there to be a change once the Queen had passed away, but here we are with the King being the King and just still doing the same sort of cycle.
And dance, yeah.
I'm like, oh gosh, let's move on. So now when it pops up,
I'm ready. Guys, I was into the royal family for like a hot minute, and now I just think we should just wrap the whole thing up because I'm off it. I'm over it. Can we move this along?
I'm ready for more, I'm ready for
You're ready for a whole new wave. You wanted a whole new royal family to be released.
I know.
Like a new stats. You were done with them.
Yeah, I am. I'm actually now broadening my royal family interests and now looking at other European nations. So anyway.
So watch out, Denmark. Sarah's coming for you. She's getting all the magnets.
Yeah.
Apparently there's an airline recession at the moment.
What do you mean? What's an airline?
As in not good for them, but cheap flights for us.
Oh, I have not seen any cheap flights. Do you know how expensive it is to bloody fly anywhere at the moment?
So expensive. But this was on Shit You Should Care About's Instagram the other day. They said there's an airline recession. So everybody just keep your ears and eyes peeled for flights because they might get cheaper and we might be able to go on a holiday. Probably not, but...
Oh, well, here's hoping because we'd like to get away. But we keep talking about it. Let's go on holiday. Let's go away.
I'd like to say that every single person listening to this podcast would also like to get away.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we can all get away.
What about if everyone that's listening to this,
just hope and dream.
You guys come around to my house and we'll just, we'll put in a bit of cash in the hat and we'll just, we'll get a bus.
Get out of here.
We'll just get out.
We're just going to heave-ho out of here, okay? We're going on holiday.
Yeah, off we go, girls.
I went to the Goldie last year and it was so good. Highly recommend.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll work on that too.
Yeah. Cool, good luck.
Liam Payne, though, the news came out this week that when the former One Directioner band member passed away, he passed away and he didn't leave a will. Why are you laughing?
Okay, number one, that's so stupid.
Incredibly stupid.
But for someone in his position, surely he's got people around him as well that realise he doesn't have a will, and more than just because I don't have a will, right? Mm-hmm. Spoiler alert. But, I don't have a team around me saying, hey, Sarah, get a will. Whereas he would have managers.
Well, he has a huge amount of money. There's no reason why he couldn't have a will.
And shouldn't have a will.
Most people don't get wills currently because they don't think they're going to need it, or because it costs like $2,500 to nearly $5,000 for a couple.
Yeah, and
to get a proper will, that's a lot of money to fork out for something that you don't think's happening anytime soon.
I know, and
so it's really unreachable.
Spoiler alert: I don't have the 40 mil in the bank that he had or whatever.
Oh my god, don't you?
No, I don't actually. Believe it or not,
it's so horrible.
That's why I'm cut up about my $144 phone case.
Oh, that makes so much sense now.
I know.
Yeah, gosh, it's a shame. But I do wonder if Liam maybe perhaps already knew the law and he knew that it would go to Cheryl and that he knew that it would go to his son
he'd
eventually.
be fine with that.
I think that's what he would have chosen.
He was saving himself a buck.
Yes.
He's like, you know what?
No, I think he was just young and just never thought of it. But yeah, oh my gosh. It's where it should go. It probably should go to his son more so, but I don't think she's worth more money than Liam,
Surely
I think.
it's just because his son's underage.
Yeah.
It must be his money, but she's like, I don't know.
She's the custodian
they haven't
of
let
it.
me know about it, okay?
They didn't text you?
No.
You wanted to talk to her about gorilla versus man. You messaged me earlier in the week and you're like, have you seen all this gorilla versus man stuff? And I said, no.
Well, we don't need to talk about it then because it is just this chat that is everywhere at the moment. Have you heard about it? Well, no, you haven't. But it's something about who would overtake who, 100 men or one gorilla. And apparently this chat has been going around for ages and it's really ramped up again because Mr. Beast got behind the conversation. Who would win, 100 men or one gorilla?
Well, the only gorillas I've seen is there's one at Arana Park near where I live, and it's really big.
It's a silverback.
If the 100 men had spears and knives, then yes, I think it could take down the gorilla because then one could run up and attack. Why are we doing this?
Well, because there were some guys at my work who started having this conversation with me and said, but they changed it. They said, how many men would it take to overtake a gorilla? And this one guy
Was there tools involved?
Well, this one guy reckoned to me he could. And I was just like, absolutely not. And he was like, because he's been asking about the podcast and I've been telling him about it. And he's like, oh, I should have a podcast and talk about my gorilla, blah, blah, blah. And I literally stood there for like 3 minutes. And then I said, you know what? I would not subscribe to this podcast. And I walked away.
Were you being in a joking manner?
I was just like, I'm not here for this chat. They were literally just like talking to each other, two guys, but then like trying to loop me in on the, like, Siri, come on, you know I'd overtake a gorilla, eh? And I was like, oh.
I really don't think you would, mate. They're very big. Why are we chasing down a gorilla just to beat it up?
It's only 100 men that would find themselves in that situation, eh?
They don't do the scenario with 100 women because we would have just gone home.
Yeah. We're like, what the hell? No.
Would have been like, leave the gorilla alone,
Why
man.
are we fighting a gorilla?
I'm sorry, that is an animal.
It's a real alpha, like, species situation.
Yeah,
eh?
I could beat a gorilla.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, but I'm not into that chat this week.
Oh, well, this time next week we might be chatting about whatever goes on at the BAFTAs or Eurovision because they are on this week.
Yes, they are.
Mother's Day. How did you go, gal?
Mother's Day was the day itself was all good for me. I had a nice day. It was great weather. Hey,
It was nice.
yeah. How about you?
Yeah, it was lovely. I don't put any expectations on Mother's Day because I have a 2.5-year-old child. And so, the concept is still very much forming, but I was pleasantly surprised that some people in my life had thought about this day for me and like helped Luna like make a wee card and got me some slippers, and I got some lovely flowers from a friend. And so, yeah,
That's special.
really nice, feel loved. Now got, my own mother got her just like a nice wee treat and stuff. We don't really tend to do anything too massive for the Mother's Days and things, but yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a funny one without
Yeah.
Sam, but yeah, it's okay. Yeah. What
Nice.
about you though? Like, because you've got your own stuff.
Yeah, Mother's Day, and I was actually thinking about it. Big days like this, like birthdays and stuff, how we talked about recently, I find so almost like I can celebrate them for what they are, but they're covered with a tinge of ickiness,
Grief.
yuckiness. Yeah, but it feels weird to say the word grief because, I don't have a relationship with my mum. We haven't had any meaningful conversation in probably like,
Well, contact even.
yeah, probably anything meaningful in probably like 14 odd years. We've crossed paths at the supermarket or one time bumped into each other unannounced, and then but yeah, no conversations were had sort of thing. It was just very much a passing
Oh,
of
gal.
bodies. So it's a tricky one because like,
More than tricky.
yeah,
Be honest.
I hate it. Like,
Yeah.
it's just yuck because I can have fun with Miller and enjoy that with him, but like at the same time, I feel guilty because there's people in our lives who don't have their mum, like who wish for anything that they could catch up with their mum for a coffee, and I feel guilty that I actively choose not to do that. And I don't wish for that to change by any means. Like, don't.
You've made that decision for yourself and for what's best for you and your family.
Yeah, it just makes days like this that should be lovely days just sort of have an underlying sort of yuckiness about them. And then especially because like my husband Michael, he's got such a great relationship with his mum, and
Yes.
she's so supportive and lovely. But like at the end of the day, it's not
not
my
your
mum.
mum.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
and
I
I
am
t-
super lucky because she is just like a mum. But at the end of the day, she's not my mum.
Yes, and that's hard, man.
Yeah.
My dad's passed away, so I totally get like the feeling on Father's Day of wishing I had my dad and all those things. But I could also completely understand someone in a position like yours, like on that day, feeling
Yeah.
the way they feel. I would never be like, don't feel that.
Yeah.
You've got every right to feel how you feel, gal.
And it's just yucky too, now that I'm a mum. I'm like, man, that's disappointing. Doesn't make it any easier.
Do you feel like since becoming a mum and feeling the love that you have for Miller, your own child, that it upsets you or makes you maybe not able to understand your own mum? You know what I mean? Yeah.
I do get what you're trying to say. And from a parenting perspective, yes, I do feel that. I'm like, I could never, like right now, and I mean, Miller's only 5, but I could never imagine that becoming our situation.
Yes. You would never let it.
Yeah. So while I can't understand it, it has also, on the other hand, made me understand it, made me understand how it's happened or why it's happened.
And how you're different.
Yep.
Like it's showing you how you making opposite choices
Yeah.
to the other person and how maybe, you are different.
And also, I guess if I have to really think about it too, I'm also super proud that I'm sticking to my guns and like feel confident that I'm making the right choice. Like not even for Miller and my family, but for me, like breaking those sort of like, those
Generational.
those generational traumas, like just trying to do better. So freaking Mother's Day and Christmas and my birthdays, they just feel a bit celebratory but icky. Like,
Yep.
especially Christmas. Like I used to cry every Christmas. Like, but I think maybe now the last 2 I haven't cried on Christmas. But it's just like,
Well, it's hard, girl.
and also it's like, even though I'm an adult, I'm still the child. Like, why don't you want to?
Fix this.
Yeah.
Why aren't you coming to find me? I don't understand.
Yeah.
It seems so black and white, so simple. You just do it.
Yeah. And even though I say like, why don't you want to fix this? Yada, yada, yada. Don't bother.
Too late
The
now.
deal is done. I'm good. I don't need that. I am absolutely fine. Like, I've put up boundaries and I have protected myself and am dealing with stuff in the way that I deal with it.
And even though it is for the best, your decision and stuff, and what you're doing is the right thing for you and stuff, it just doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt. So I think my advice to you would be 2 things can be true at once. You can be really happy with your decision and really proud of yourself. And at the same time, you can equally be really sad that you don't have a mum in your life for you.
Yeah.
So 2 things can be true at once.
Yeah. It's just disappointing, really.
It is, gal, and I'm really sorry. It sucks. Like, I don't like that for you. I wish I could.
Yeah. It's just hard when we have good friends who have lost their mums. Like,
2 of our friends at the moment actually have lost their mum, and they're both extremely pregnant. They are both about to pop at the end of this month, and today I was thinking about the both of them. They're about to become mums, and they don't have their mums, and they had great relationships with their mums, and they very much miss their mothers. In a way, your mum, like, in a way, it is kind of like that.
yeah. But I think it's because at the end of the day, it's not like that. So that's why it feels so stupid.
Well, as a child of, as someone who's lost a parent, I don't think personally that you should worry about us when you have your feelings, gal. I think you're very much entitled to them. And I just feel for you, gal, I think is what I'm saying. I really feel for you. I'm really sorry.
That's all right. It is what it is.
It is, but it's still shit.
Yeah. And I say, like, I don't care. But, like,
I know, hon.
you know,
Of course you do.
fuck you. You're lost, hon. Piss off. Don't bother reaching out if you hear this. I'm only sad for me, not for you, hon. You're lost. See you
All
later.
grieving for your loss, Sarah's mother. Everyone who's listening to this, can we all just take a collective deep breath and just send a mental fuck you?
Thank you.
Thank you. We really appreciate it, as well as rating us 5 stars.
Oh my gosh. People really listened to that. We definitely harped on about that last week.
We hope you listening, though, had a much better Mother's Day than Sarah's just described.
The actual date is
Lovely.
Fine.
The messaging behind it, quite tough.
Hope your day was better than fine.
I hope someone loved you a lot. So, I talked about this 2 podcasts ago. My child, 2.5-year-old Luna, she is dropping her last nap. So she's not really napping in the day anymore. Sometimes she's having a rest when I put her in. Oh, mate. The other night, I just had one of those bedtimes with her. It's taking me back to what it used to be like when Sam first died, when she was at the age where bedtimes were really hard. And I didn't realise how far we had come from then until now that we're sort of back in a tough spot.
Yeah.
And it brings out the absolute worst in me, because it's like bedtime 7 p.m, but something about when we hit 5 to somewhere in between there, you've heard it, the witching hour and all that stuff. She's lately just been whinging from 6 till 7 about everything, and everything's an issue, and I can't calm her, and it's erratic. And then by the time I've gotten her into bed, I'm just spent. But the other night she pushed my button so hard that I had to be like, I'm going outside. Don't follow me, Luna. And I went outside and I just started crying. I was so angry. Angry tears when you're so frustrated. Oh, I'm getting so wound up. Just stop.
Yeah.
I just want to be like to her, can you please be reasonable?
Yeah. Or just like figure it out.
Stop.
Figure it out and rein it in, hon.
Oh, man. Is this all I am now? Just the person that minds for this child. I'm just Luna's mum, and that's
Welcome
it.
to motherhood.
I know. I'm like, can I just get something else going on? I'm at the point where I actually think what would be really great is for people in my situation, if the council could just organise some sort of bat signal to be put up into the sky. Because when I'm outside, Sarah, deep in angry tears, I just need to be able to look up into the sky and just see, like, I'm not alone. Some other mum's like, me too, hun. And another mum's like, yeah, it's fucking happening here as well.
Well, why don't you start it?
I don't have a torch strong enough.
Oh, that's the issue. You have lit this place up like Christmas. So
I was like, I need some sort of sign from above. Like, I'm not alone. Like, I was questioning my sanity. Oh, yeah.
Oh, goodness.
I actually emailed my old sleep coach I used a while ago, and she said, hey, Any tips for anyone, that is going through this transition?
Most little ones will drop it between 2.5 and 3 years of age. It's important that you still offer the lunch nap until they have consistently refused it for 7 to 10 days. And even then, they may still need a short nap every now and again. It's a big change. It can take a good 4 to 6 weeks to come out the other side. You could start by reducing the nap down before dropping it altogether. Be wary that once you do drop down to a very short nap, that they will still need to have an early bedtime. Once your little one is over 3, you'll probably find that any sleep after 2 p.m. needs to be very short.
Oh, that's really helpful though.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Amy. It's tough to know it's going to last for a while. So if you're listening to this and you have a child that doesn't sleep through the night, or they wake up really early, or they stall at bedtime and they say, I need another drink of water. Oh, and I just need to go get that book. And oh no, I am itchy. Oh no, I do need that cream that I've never wanted ever until now. You're not alone. Yeah, we got them. They're everywhere, those kids.
Yeah. And if your workmate's going through it, shout her a coffee.
Yeah. Hook them up, man. We
Yeah.
see you, we hear you. We're
Yeah.
so sorry for these kids.
Good luck to yous.
We do love them. What the fuck, Sarah? Sorry for my potty language.
I think I know.
You and Michael, I didn't know about this. This has obviously been going on for, well, she's going to tell us. But I only learned about this the other day and I can't believe I didn't know.
It's because it's my normal life, but what the issue is not something I'm proud of. It's not something I'm happy about, and it's not something I love. But what it is
Just say it.
it's embarrassing.
Her and Michael share an iCloud account.
But not in the way that most people would, and have it set up like a family sharing situation as Steve Jobs intended. No, when Michael got his iPhone, he didn't bother setting up his own Apple account. He just logged in as me. And so now it's like my profile has 2 phones. So it loves the system so much that every time I take a photo or he takes a photo, it automatically puts it on both phones. So now when I'm looking at my photos, I am now getting all of his building pictures and his car pictures and God knows what.
But how long has this been going on? This is not like he just got a new phone 2 months ago.
I couldn't tell you because he's owned an iPhone for that long. Like, it's probably been going on since, I don't know, 10, 12 years?
Man, it must be more annoying for him though, because you do marketing jobs. So I could imagine you're going and taking shoots and videos and photos and screenshots of this and that and mixing everything in. So he must go and try and look for one of those building pics. Yeah. And he's just like, what?
Yeah.
How many? Oh my gosh, why is there pictures of Kieran Reid on here?
So many pictures. Yes, I work with him. I don't just have lots of pictures of him on my phone.
Sure.
But okay.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's what it's, yeah. No, he does just work with him.
Like, I just have screenshots of him. Like, just,
How weird.
yeah, like he's not even playing rugby anymore. But a great ambassador.
Great guy.
Yeah, it must be so annoying for him. I have so much stuff on my phone, especially between the potty, my job, I do socials for the rugby club. I'm bloody on my phone all the time, just generally.
And then what if he accidentally deleted something that, you know, he shouldn't? Or what if you were taking screenshots of like juicy group chat gossip or something and then you've saved it but he shouldn't see it? You know, what if you're sneakily looking for Christmas? I just feel like it's an accident waiting to happen.
No, he's not hugely tech savvy, so he's not really out there deleting stuff. Like, he's probably got every photo he's taken ever still saved down.
Right, I see.
Regardless of the quality. But yeah, gosh, it is just painful when you're scrolling through and you're like showing someone photos and you're like, oh, sorry about that. That's just a drain. My husband, like, I don't know. He doesn't even drain. I don't know. It's just a shower.
Oh, so he's a drain layer now. Okay, I thought he was a builder, but that's good. This is a woman who does not know what her husband does at work.
He builds. Hammer, hammer, tappity tap.
Tap, tap, tappy.
Yeah, he builds nice
He
homes
screws
with
as well,
great
eh?
views. Yeah, he screws. He does everything.
He does it all. Oh my God. Can you please sort it out though? I think you need to
get...
But
at this point, how do you sort it out?
You make him an iCloud and then you sort of transfer it over.
Do you know what he says to me yesterday? Hey, what's this app you've downloaded? Because he also gets every single app I download onto his thing. Oh,
It's just my menstrual cycle app. Don't worry about it.
yeah.
But maybe you should open it to find out when I'm going to be dark at you.
Note, it was this week.
Every day. A lot of chat. Don't really want to get too political because they always say, like for radio, this was a thing we always had at work. Don't talk politics and don't talk vaccinations.
Yeah, well, I can
They
see
are the
why.
most polarizing subjects and people are very passionate about them. So we're not going to try and go too much into politics, even though I would love to because I have a lot of opinions.
Do you?
I do, Sarah. But there's a pay parity situation going on. They did put through
It's
a
an
bill.
amendment.
An
bill.
amendment,
Yeah.
that's right. Not a fan, not happy about it. It's not great for women, really, and women and minorities. But it's really got everyone sort of reminiscing about our first jobs because you put something up onto our Instagram, Bestie Boos show.
Yeah. Man, we had not had feedback like that before. I put up a picture of both you and I when we had our first jobs.
Little
I wish
babes.
you'd been able to find a photo though, gal. You on your bike?
I was a pharmacy after school. I delivered, which I don't know if they still do this or it's allowed. And it's funny because I worked with Bondi and he used to do this too. And I think Simon, who I used to work with, also had this as his first job. Pharmacy delivery. Like you'd go and deliver pills to elderly people who didn't want to pick them up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it could be like an hour and a half to 2 hours even of biking after school. And I did that. We'd do that every day for a week. And then my friend would do the other week. So we'd switch
week on, week
week
off.
on, week off. And we got $25 each.
Oh, $5 a day.
And I think that's rough. But we were young. I was still in primary school when I was doing this job. Like last year of primary or something. And then I remember my dad made me quit when it came to winter because he goes, I'm not having you bike around for $25 a week in the dark, Samantha. I'll give you $25.
Good on him.
I don't think he did, but you know.
Yeah. I really wanted my first job to be a paper delivery girl.
Ah, that's such a rip
Yeah.
off though
But my
for
parents,
the work you do.
yeah, my parents wouldn't let me. They were like, nah, that is not good enough pay. You're not doing that.
Thank
I
God for
really
them.
want. I was a little entrepreneur when I was young.
Yeah.
I have even found photos of like some posters I made to hang up in the neighborhood. I don't think I actually did, but I made the posters saying like I was a dog.
A dog. I was a dog.
I'm a dog.
Hey, you want to hire this girl? She's a dog.
I'm a dog.
She's a dirty
I
dog.
come to your house and be your dog.
Fetch Sarah.
But I wanted to be a dog walker. And so I
Or a
would
dog.
so I told people that I would walk their dogs and they just had to provide the dog and the leash and the pooper scoop and pay me.
And
Yeah.
it's basically just, give me everything.
I know, but my actual first job, I held off, didn't do that,
Yeah.
was at Wendy's Super Sundays.
Oh, yum.
Yeah, it was a pretty mint first job.
Shaken dog.
Yes.
They don't have any Wendy's anymore, do they?
No, I
they
think
don't
it
where
was-
I live.
I think they're in Australia, but they're not here. I'd make up my own combinations all the time. So, yeah, it was good because it was always off the menu, you know,
Quite
custom.
creative.
Yeah. But, man, I think
Were you a dog artist? You know how like Subway it's sandwich artist? Were you
No.
a dog artist?
no, I don't think we had job titles.
Was your favourite song by the Bahamin?
No, I don't think we had job titles, but I was actually talking to workmates about my first job when we were having the same conversation. And I was explaining to them about why the teenage boys used to love coming to Wendy's and ordering a shaken dog.
Okay.
It's actually so gross.
Oh,
and
were they being
grim.
like grotty little boys?
Grotty little boys, because I don't know if you remember these hot dogs, but they weren't just a sliced bun with a hot dog lying in it.
It's more of like a penis and vagina situation.
That's
is what
the one.
Okay, we're just gonna
Yeah.
say it. Yeah.
And so
Oh my god.
once
boys,
you'd stuffed, like, got the hole in the bun and then stuffed the bun with your cheesy mixture, you then had to like bloody grab your tongs and your sausage and like pump it so that the butter would melt.
Oh,
so
you
your dog
poor thing.
and the boys would just stand there and like be so like yeah.
Oh
And you're like-
no.
Like, honestly, I've heard this
Just raising the eyebrows, giving you the
like it would be the third time today that I've heard the same joke. You know, like, oh, so grim. But
boys
yeah.
suck sometimes, man. They just so
And I don't know if
dumb.
anyone's familiar with Christchurch, but it was the Hornby one, so it was a real vibe.
It's a real vibe. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh man, gosh. The first jobs, eh? And it's so long ago now.
I know.
Like, you know, it wasn't like 10 years ago. This is
Yeah,
actually a
yeah.
while now.
And we had some fun. That was a great first job. I made some good friends at the time. No one I've kept in touch with, but at the time we got up to some real ruckus, so it was good fun.
My sister, for a period when she lived in Wellington for a while, worked at McDonald's and was like on the line doing the burgers and stuff. And she said that was such a fun job because you weren't out the front doing the cashier, so you just were in the mode. And everyone, she said she really loved it. It was actually a great place to work. So, you know,
they were always known for paying real well.
McDonald's.
Back in the day.
Yeah. I worked for the warehouse for many years.
I remember that.
Yeah, when I was
in
at
the
uni.
music department.
Oh, I had done some shifts in it, yeah, but when I was at uni, I worked there. And I used to work like during the day and do a couple shifts, but I ended up doing night fill. The best job. Like there's even a part of me, if I didn't have Luna, you know, and I was in this situation without a child, I would probably go and do that job just to like do a job because I need a job. But it was 7 till midnight, so you only were working for an hour while the store was actually open. Once everyone's gone, you're just restocking all the shelves. You're getting a pallet jack, you're bringing out crates, you're unboxing. I'd always do homewares.
Yeah, good.
And just be like, and you know how the warehouse, they're so tall, those shelves,
Yeah.
and they stack up stuff up the top, so you'd put all the extras up the top. You're up these huge ladders. But it was fun because they'd put the music on loud, and you'd have your area and everyone would just be trying to smash out their area, and then you'd go and help each other and you'd tidy out the store and it would look beautiful, and then you'd leave.
Yeah, good.
And no customers. It's actually a really fun job, and they gave you a birthday off paid. Bless them.
That's good.
I doubt Kmart does that. They might, but I don't think they will.
just slapping around some hot takes.
Well, they're from Australia, okay? And I just don't think they're going to be as giving as us.
Damn those Aussies.
That's it. This is something that's come up a lot lately I've seen online. Australians,
Yeah.
they call Australia Aussie. But they are not Aussies. They are Australians.
Oh, okay.
So us New Zealanders, we all call them Aussies. You go to Aussie and you meet an Aussie and we've just lumped that whole thing. And they're like, no.
Are they offended by it?
Yeah, it's really jarring for them because they feel like they're not offended, but they're like, that's wrong.
So it's kind of like us saying we're not Kiwis, we're New Zealanders.
Yeah, and so I guess because we're Kiwis, I guess we see it the same. We are saying Aussies is like that.
Yeah.
But I guess it's like saying, let's go to Kiwi.
Well, no.
But we're saying, let's go to Aussie. And they're Aussies.
Right.
They don't like it. So I just thought I'd pass that on. If you know any Australians, just rein it in around them.
Sure.
They might get a bit toey, you know.
Yeah.
Sorry if you're Australian listening to this. We really do love you. I have lots of family there.
Love the Goldie.
What?
Love the Goldie. I'm just plugging the Gold Coast.
All I had was I love the
podcast.
goddamn. I was like, sorry, what now? I don't know what language you were speaking or if you were doing an accent.
I love the Goldie.
I have not been since I was 10, but I'm sure
Go
it's great.
back.
Hun,
It's so good.
we keep saying we want to go on holiday. I know, but I have a 2.5-year-old.
know.
I either have to take her with me or go for 2 hours
There's an airline recession coming. We're going to the Goldie.
for one night. And if you want to come, meet me at my house. I was just thinking because we've started putting up a few videos from the podcast on TikTok. We haven't done a lot on the
Oh, yeah.
TikTok stuff. We probably need to do more because it would be a great place to grow it.
Sozzy Hon, that's on me.
It's fine.
I keep
It's just-
forgetting.
Well, the thing is, you've got a full-time job and I've got a child and she's only in preschool for like 9 hours a week. We don't have all the time in the world to...
I like it sometimes when you message me if I haven't replied to it or done it and you just reply to yourself and go bump.
I'm like, bump.
Onto it.
Here's this video I provided you that took me 2 hours. Do something with it.
Okay, onto it.
But I was going on to my TikTok and I was looking at my most successful videos. I've only got like 6 videos on TikTok. It's very, very grim. Side note, could you please find our TikTok and follow it? Bestie Boos Show on TikTok?
Sure.
Oh, she's so uninvested in this.
Oh, it's just really hard. There's lots of things that I want to go well. So let's just pick one thing.
Okay, we'll stick with Instagram. But anyway, I was looking at my TikTok, my personal one, and I seen one of my videos got to 22,000 views.
22,000 views?
Yeah, and it's when...
Gal.
Well, I'm still deep in grief, but when I was in the early deep stages of grief and I purchased a Karcher steam cleaner. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen these things. Holy hecker, are they good?
Yeah.
It's like, they're like 300 something bucks. It was very pricey and I was just, something with grief has turned me into just, I can't control anything, but I can control cleaning and making my house look nice and my garden and things like that. So then I thought, well, Brit Cunningham, have you ever followed her videos on
love her
TikTok?
stuff.
Same, I love her.
I just want to be her best friend. No offense, see ya. Me and Brit.
No, I honestly
Bestie
don't
Boos.
blame you. I'd probably rather be her best friend too. No.
Savage. Yeah, she's so good.
She's so good. She's actually, though, she's trying to win TikToker of the Year
She
for New
deserves
Zealand or
it.
something. Like, yeah,
I'd
she's
vote for
so
her.
great. I did vote for her. I messaged her. I said, I voted for you. And she said, thank you.
Did she reply?
She replied to me and said, thank you.
Oh, that's nice. Can you send me the link? I want to vote for her.
You could. But so I tried to do a cleaning video and it
Mm.
got to 22,000 views, it turns out. I just sort of forgot about it.
Mm.
But I go to my sister's house and I steam clean the tile grout.
I remember
And
this.
It was filthy because she's got 3 kids. They've had pets.
Mm.
It's been like 10 years. And it gets to the point where you thought the grout was that colour.
Yeah.
And it just lifts it off. It is the most satisfying thing I've ever done in my life, I think, apart from...
All right, I'll get the Bestie
Other
Boo
things.
show TikTok to repost your TikTok so
Yes.
everyone can see
But
that.
what I also did is I do a voiceover on it, trying to be a TikTok cleaning influencer, just being funny. And
Yep.
then my sister gave me so much shit afterwards. She's like, oh, why'd you do that? It was
Sisters.
so cringe. Oh, and I was like, oh, yeah, I thought it was funny. I just need a life.
Yeah, I bet it was nice.
But maybe I could get back into that. I do love cleaning. Lana, like who I work with at More FM, she loves water blasting. I also love water blasting. There's something about before and afters.
Oh, I've got some good footage of you on your leaf blower.
Oh shit, I love that.
Yeah.
That's my favourite thing I own.
It's autumn. Those leaves are falling.
They
this
are.
Is prime leaf blowing
If you need
content
me to come
creation material.
round and blow some leaves into another area, I'm not picking them up. I don't want to pick the leaves up. I just want to blow them into an area. Ring me. I've got 9 hours a week free. Apart from when I edit the podcast, I'll come round to your house and blow some leaves. Sorry.
Yeah,
Very
shit.
passionate about cleaning. Oh, I love it. Do you love to clean? Or is it more like you just have to?
Yeah, I do, but it's also really hard when you're trying to juggle so many balls, and quite often cleaning just falls. What? Do you not juggle them balls?
I have not been juggling any
longer.
balls
No longer.
recently. I just put them
right.
down and I just walk away and I say, I can't be bothered juggling that.
Balls dropped.
Balls, drop the balls.
Yeah. All right. Well, anywho, it is really hard to do all the things all the time. And sometimes, yeah,
Amen.
there will be a pile of washing on my couch for like a week and I just can't get to everything.
Sometimes I feel bad parenting because I feel like sometimes I prioritize cleaning and things over I'm not constantly cleaning the house and not spending time with my child, but sometimes I would just rather vacuum and tidy the house for half an hour than have to sit down and play games.
Yeah.
Because I've just hit the wall with it. You know, I just can't, I can do that stuff with her. I can do imagination, but I just don't want to do it all day. So I think that's why I kind of
Yeah.
like cleaning. It's like, oh, well, I have to get this done, Luna. Sorry, Mum
Yeah.
needs to go and sort this because it's just like, give me a minute.
Yeah.
Stop asking questions.
I wouldn't
please.
worry, gal. She's a very well-rounded little girl. She
you.
is all good.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks
She's
for reassuring
fine.
me. When I was younger, though, I want to know if you did this because I see these memes come up all
Mm.
the time. But I would change my room around
Oh,
probably once a week, once a fortnight.
Mm.
And then I would get it all ready. And then I would stand there like, Mum, come look.
Yeah, man, I was the same, but I have like no upper body strength. So I remember I was always like on the floor using my legs to like push the chest of drawers halfway across the room.
It was a real mission, eh?
It was.
And you'd move everything, and then it was a complete mess because everything was all around. And then you finally got it all into place, and you just sit down and be like, "This is a masterpiece." And the room has never looked better.
And I'm a new
girl.
girl.
And I will never change it again. You know, you were sure that this was it.
You know, absolutely nailing it.
And then 2 weeks later,
Time for a refresh.
I'm sick of this.
Yeah.
I don't change my room around anymore, but I wish I could. But it has a spot, and that's where it has to be.
Yeah.
The bed has a home. I can't be putting that somewhere else.
I know. I think now it would just like throw me all sorts out of whack.
I suppose now our adult version of this is painting, isn't it? It's
we've
paint
got a
the
whole
room,
house.
get curtains. You've got a whole house to deal with. Still trying to pay for the house, let alone design it.
Actual.
That brings us to the conclusion of the podcast. We have waffled for quite a bit. It's been actually really lovely having a good yarn again. Do love
We haven't
it.
seen much of it. I was going to say we haven't seen much of each other this week. But then I think we've seen each other like 3 times. But we haven't just like sat around and yarned.
I wish we could do this every day. Like, I wish it was a daily thing.
know.
But we both don't have the time to, but it would
Yeah.
be so cool.
I'm super excited because a podcast that I do like to listen to, We Mean Well, with Louisa
Why are
Dowden
we
and
plugging
Judge.
other people? What if they go and listen to We Mean Well and never come back to Bestie Boos?
Well, I mean, we can't control other people's
No, I mean, maybe we just got to raise our quality.
Yeah, true.
You know?
Maybe that's more reflection on us.
Yeah. Well, if
than
there's
them.
anything we could be doing better, please let us know. It's always nice.
God.
But say it nicely.
Anyway,
so I get a bit sensitive.
What I was going to say
Just wanna
is
hear it.
I'm super excited for them because their podcast has been going so well that they have now just landed, I think it's an afternoon radio show. I was like, wouldn't that be the dream?
Oh, fuck them. Anyway.
No, that is great news.
No, it is great news for them. Yeah, real chuff, but
It is exciting.
it's like, sorry, anyway, keep going.
Yeah, don't you worry. Calm
Don't go.
down. I know. Too close to home, whatever. But it's still
up.
great news. We can be happy for other people.
Yeah, two things can be true at once, Sam.
Actual.
We can be happy for them and sad
I
for
know.
ourselves.
Gee whiz. But anyway, it is my turn to bring something to end on.
Or our final thoughts, is it? I like this, hopefully.
Did you know, or does anyone know anymore, what happened to New Zealand Music Month?
Oh, we're in it now.
We are in it now. It is May, and it still exists.
Yes.
Well, not surprisingly, greatly. But I just don't hear about it in the same way. Do you remember people used to have like Music Month t-shirts and you'd walk through the mall and there'd be like CD and record stores, obviously, that existed, but they would have posters, and I feel like you'd be driving around and there'd be flags on the streets.
Flags on the street. There was a Santa parade for music. Shafu was leading it.
Yeah, well, this year it is 25 years of New Zealand Music Month. I feel like that is a big bloody deal that should be recognised, and it isn't recognised enough.
Oh, well, I'll recognise it right now. Well done for 25 years. I wonder, though, if it's because New Zealand music now is genuinely just good.
Yeah.
You actually don't need to be forcing it down our throats like they used to a bit, because we used to probably have like 3 great artists, whereas now we have some fantastic. We've got 660, Drax Project, Lord, like Broods. Like we just have so many great acts.
That's fair, but it is all worth celebrating. So
I feel like you're getting angry at me.
well, you're from the.
I'm not at the radio station.
you know
and we did talk about it a lot in the months of May.
I actually don't listen to the radio, so maybe everyone is talking about it, and I'm just not hearing it. It's just me. But I haven't seen it on the Instagram.
Has it come up on the interweb?
There is this really great TikTok account though, and it does throwbacks to old great Kiwi songs. God, I love it. And do you remember that song? Can't remember who it's by, and it's called Crawl. I'm not going to sing it, you know, but you crawl between the cracks.
At your feet.
You can cut this out. Okay, definitely cut this out. Cutting. Crawl between the cracks. Yeah, I need something. I need to learn to crawl. Oh, fall between the cracks.
No, I don't know it, but I enjoyed listening to you do it, and I'm definitely not going to cut that. It's a shame. Well, you won't be here tomorrow. You'll be at work.
You have to.
Yeah,
I just won't approve. That was too
You have
long.
nothing you can do to stop it. You have no control over the situation.
Samantha
be better on our
Baxter.
TikTok. And then maybe I'll...
Samantha Joyce Baxter.
Yep, that's my name, not embarrassed.
Yeah, well, you would be if you were singing on a podcast. Shit.
What is that? Turn through the cracks. Gotta get through those cracks. Yeah, turn through the cracks of the feet around. Yeah. Cool, I sang on a podcast too. You like it? Who was better? Text into bestieboos.com.
Was that? Bestieboos.com.
I was about to say 559, but that's the more
Nah.
Don't text them.
Wait, just
they
tell
don't.
everyone your number. 027.
Okay, we're going now.
Okay,
It's been such a
this has
great
been
chat.
fun.
I need to go and get Luna. My sister will be getting grumpy.
Yes.
Okay, love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you have a great week.
Can't wait
You're
to
all
talk to you
safe
soon.
and you don't
You're
sing
all
on a
safe.
podcast.
You're all stars.
I wanted them to be safe.
Okay, be safe. Don't be sorry.
Goodbye. Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Ka kite anō.
Ciao.